Hello, this is Chris from Freedom Farm TV, and we will be making some apple cider today. First off, this is my 3-gallon setup here. These buckets I got for free from Publix, and all I had to do is purchase the spout, drilled a 1/2-inch hole, a 1-inch hole to put the spout in, and a 1/2-inch hole for the grommets, and that's my setup. What you need to brew apple cider at home, you need this is my primary bucket for the first fermentation. After 2 weeks I'll go to my secondary bucket. So you need 2 buckets, and this is my bottling bucket too. It's what the spout's for, to bottle. You need apple juice. This is White House, fresh pressed, no preservatives. It can have citric acid. That's it. Anything potassium sorbate or anything like that, you cannot use because it'll kill your yeast. And we have Star San as a sanitizer. You must sanitize everything or you'll get funky flavors. You'll have your yeast, and I'm using a Safale 04. It's an ale yeast, and you'll need some yeast nutrient. There's not enough nutrient in apple juice to get the yeast going, so I'll add 1 teaspoon per gallon. So I'm making 3 gallons, so I'll be adding 3 teaspoons. Okay, you start off by sanitizing everything. So I've already sprayed the bucket and the lid. I bottle my Star San. I used to just pour it in there and it suds up too much, so I decided to go with a bottle instead. So you just spray it and you do not rinse it, because you will defeat the purpose of sanitizing it. You'll just put contaminated water on what you just sanitized. Drop that, so we'll sanitize that again. And one last ingredient to boost up the alcohol content just a little bit. I add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar per gallon. And the first step is to shake up your apple juice, because you need to aerate it. And I put a little head space, poured some already in there to get a little head space so we can shake it to get a little air into the juice. Helps the yeast do their thing. Okay, here's the apple juice in the bucket with 3/4 of brown sugar added, 3 teaspoons of yeast nutrient, and 3 gallons of fresh apple juice. The next step is to add your yeast. I just pitched my yeast straight in. And put the top on it. All this has been sanitized. Okay, last step, add the airlock. I filled it with distilled water and inserted it into the grommet. Make sure you don't push down, because they'll push the top down and create a suction and suck all the water down into your soon-to-be cider. So this is 3 gallons of cider. It'll stay in this primary bucket for 2 weeks. Go to the secondary bottling bucket for 2 weeks. I will bottle it, and it'll stay in the bottle for 2 weeks. And then I will drink it after then. Now this is the finished product. This is a black cherry cider. And when you open it, make sure it has that pop. And I got these are a Grolsch bottle, so they're reusable. You hear that pop? You know it's good. Like I said, this is a black cherry, so it'll be a little darker. Good carbonation on this one. And sit back and enjoy. Well, I like brew cider. Brewing beer, you have to render the sugars of the grain. You have to boil it for hours. This, 30 minutes and you're done because all the sugars are rendered already. You can see that's really good carbonation on that. So all there